We continue our team coverage of the investigation into the 3 deaths in Bonanza. Charity Powell Bialis and her 2 6-year-old children were found dead inside their home last week. 5 News learned today the Department of Homeland Security and the Secret Service are now assisting in this investigation. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach talked to a local criminology expert today, not connected to the case, who explains why federal agencies often get involved.
Chris Baker, attorney at Horton Law Firm, says federal government assistance in criminal cases is not uncommon.
I generally feel the federal government gets involved a little more maybe than most people think. From your Amber Alerts to quite certainly any violent crimes, gang activity, drugs.
While circumstances vary, he says most of the time there's a reason they step in.
The federal government kind of needs what we would call a hook. So usually some sort of involvement to things that cross state lines. So normally banks, phones, or people.
Federal involvement can also expedite how fast a case is solved.
They usually have the ability to process things a little faster, maybe than the Arkansas crime lab.
But the biggest help, he says, Homeland Security and Secret Service have more access to telecommunications and can track phone usage and money.
The feds tend to have more access to those devices because some of those warrants may be crossing state lines, they may be dealing with other agencies.
Covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
It's important to note that Baker is speaking based on general experience and again is not directly involved in the Sebastian County case. 5 News also reached out to the Department of Homeland Security and the Secret Service, but we've not heard back. Well, here's the latest from police in this investigation. They announced today that 12 search warrants are in process. 6 have been served. Today, Charity Bialis' son, John Powell, filed what's called an amended motion to intervene in his mother's divorce case against Dr. Randy Bialis. In that motion, Powell says last week's hearing was a final divorce hearing. He says that the judge gave a bench ruling granting an absolute divorce from Randy Bialis in child custody before Charity and the twins were found dead the next day. We talked to Powell today, who says the most urgent battle is over where his mother's body will be laid to rest.
Yeah, that's our top priority right now, is to be able to put my mother to rest like she deserves instead of letting someone else get her body and do whatever they want with it. That's our main goal right now.
5 News shared last week Randy Bialis filed to dismiss the divorce case after Charity's death. You can catch up on all the details on the case on our website, 5newsonline.com. New at 10, one of the 2 men charged in torturing and killing a woman in LaFleur County has pleaded guilty. Austin James Johnson will now be sentenced next month. Johnson, on your screen on the left, and Alex Davis were arrested after an investigation into the disappearance of Tara Strozier back in 2021. Police suspected foul play. They later found Strozier's body in a pond in Rock Island. Alex Davis took a plea deal in July. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and now Johnson will be sentenced next month. The former Crawford County Library official who was arrested for allegedly staging a kidnapping plot for her mentally disabled daughter has pleaded not guilty. Tammy Hamby's attorney filed on her behalf today and waived her right to a formal arraignment. The same attorney also filed not guilty pleas for the 3 other defendants in the case, David Kwok, Nico Austria, and Shannon Childers. The 4 defendants all face multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit kidnapping. And this all stems from an alleged plot to teach Hamby's daughter a lesson about talking and meeting with strangers online. In Centerton, the City Council weighed on whether to increase water and sewer rates for its residents. Tonight, the council voted to table it to a future meeting. The ordinance was proposed by the city's Waterworks and Sewer Commission. It says the rate increase is needed in order to keep up with the city's growth. Sewer rates would go up by 50 cents and water rates would increase by more than $1. The commission says that revenue would help fund future projects for critical city infrastructure. And the council said if the missed revenue for the commission is needed right away, they will come back to the table to vote sooner than their scheduled January meeting. Well, a new jobs report from the State Department of Commerce says unemployment rates in Arkansas increased by 0.1% in September. That matches the national increase in rates, which now sits at 4.4%. Though Arkansas's rate is below the national average, it's 3.9. More Arkansans are actively seeking work, though. The labor force increased by more than 3,000, and jobs have also increased since September of last year. Private education and health services posted the largest growth, adding more than 8,000 jobs. Well, potholes, we've all hit them. Sometimes they hit back, but in the state capitol, it's a bigger problem. Little Rock has received 2,000 pothole complaints this year. With winter weather around the corner, Tanya Motorsitsky took us to the streets to see where things stand and help taxpayers understand how their money's being spent on road repairs.
It's a sound every driver dreads, a bump in the road from hitting a pothole. In the Little Rock Metro, more than half of major roads are rated in poor or mediocre condition. That's according to tripnet.org. So I called Eric Petty, Little Rock's Public Works Operations Manager, to see if road repairs are falling through the cracks.
Hi, Eric. It's Tanya with THV11.
After last winter, Little Rock crews used nearly 300,000 pounds of materials to fill potholes made worse by freeze-thaw cycles, something we may see again this winter.
More is going to come.
In 2023, Petty says there was a $10 million paving plan through the voter-approved bond that was good through this year. However, personal injury attorney Alan LeVar says they're still seeing issues with potholes and crumbling pavements and worry the money has not delivered smooth roads as expected. Like off of Markham and University Avenue, seeing dozens of issues according to his website.
It would be nice if we knew exactly what they were spending and where and how they prioritize determining which potholes get fixed, which ones don't.
While Petty says the $10 million road project is off the to-do list.
We've completed that. In fact, we had some extra money and did a change order and added a couple extra streets. And so hopefully that'll help us, with this coming winter, all the streets that's recently been paved. But there'll definitely be potholes show up once we get the moisture and the cold temperatures.
If a pothole is bothering you in Northwest Arkansas or the River Valley, most cities have a resource on their official website that allows you to report them. RDOT also has a resource readily available through its Ask RDOT portal on its website. You can also always call your local city transportation department to help get the ball rolling. Meanwhile, back at the Capitol, family members of music legend Glenn Campbell got their first look at this new exhibit honoring his life and legacy. His youngest sister, Sandy Campbell Brink, toured the display, taking in the photos, awards, and family moments preserved. She says seeing this collection brought back sweet, precious memories of growing up in a big Arkansas family.
I hope they realize what a small country boy grown up in Arkansas can accomplish. I think God gave Glenn special talents. And I just am very proud of everything that he's accomplished.
Campbell was born in Billstown in 1936. This exhibit at the Capitol will run all the way to January. Well, today a new restaurant opened inside the Fayetteville Public Library, created by culinary duo Hope Ray and Jameson Hall. Handshake Cafe offers meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Their menu is designed to be creative and accessible, offering items for those with dietary restrictions. Ray previously worked with Conifer in Bentonville, and Hall was previously at Mockingbird Kitchen in Fayetteville.
And it's also important for people to see the value and benefit of what a facility like the Fayetteville Public Library offers to the local community, both here in Fayetteville as well as all of Northwest Arkansas.
Handshake Cafe is open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. A variety of Sunday pop-ups is also planned. Those will feature local bakers and chefs. Downtown Fort Smith also celebrating a grand opening today of a new visitor center. The goal of the visitor center, help travelers discover the best of Fort Smith. It features interactive displays, wayfinding tools like maps, and on-site ambassadors ready to help travelers find tourist plans.
So it's an opportunity, again, just for us to come in and say, take advantage, recommend people here, let us help people build out their memories of Fort Smith.
The visitor center is open Monday through Saturday from noon to 6.